snow gone yet?
No.
Give me that. Snow gotta be gone. Dreaming of a warm Christmas. Look, snow is for the mountains, not for my backyard. It snowed, and there's snow all over the place. I wanted to make a quick video talking about snow. You know, when I was first learning photography, there was a lot of articles and a lot of talk about, well, how do you expose snow correctly? The challenges of snow. Snow's really hard to expose. And they would have these formulas of like underexposing or doing this. And snow's not hard to expose, guys. I'm going to tell you how to expose snow today. And we're going to look at that right out here in my yard. There's snow up and down the roads and everywhere. And you know what? This is 2016. We have cameras that clean themselves. Shouldn't we have roads that have heat in them? Pentax digital spot meter here. You don't have to have one of these to expose snow really, really well, but it's one of my favorite meters because you can point it around and it'll show you an exposure value, the tonality of whatever you're looking at. So you can quickly see dynamic range. You know, I can aim it down here at the tire and get a 10 2/3, and I can aim it at the snow on the road and get a 15 2/3. So I immediately know 5 stops difference. Now, of course, you don't have to have a meter like this to do this, but it's useful educational tool. Now, what did I just learn? I got 5 stops between the shadow and the highlight of the snow. Now, if the sun was shining really bright, I would have more brightness in the snow, right? Okay, I would have to address that. But what's the deal with snow? The deal with snow is you need to place the tone value where you want it. Rule number 1, make sure you're not clipping. Okay, use your histogram, use your clipping indicators on your camera. As long as you're not clipping to white, you have the information there, and you're going to be able to pull it out in post-production manually or using tools like our Natural HDR 2 presets, okay? Because if the dynamic range is in our file, we're gonna be able to get to it. Number 2 is think about the range you have from your subject to the highlight. That means the snow is probably the brightest thing. This is, I think, the problem that people have with snow a lot. The snow is bright. I mean, you look around here and the snow is reflecting light. Now, this can be a good thing. You can use snow as a reflector. You can do portraits in the snow and you'll... Seriously?
Seriously?
Look at that. There's shadow on this side, but what if we turn this way? Now, sun reflecting off snow. There we go. Now we're talking. Look at it. Bounce that snow. Look at that. Snow is like a giant reflector bouncing light up onto your little face. Let me see your face. Yeah. Yeah. Boom. Look at that. Snow is really useful. Well, the second rule is that you need to make sure that your subject, let's say it's my face, or let's say it's kitty cat right here, okay? Whatever your subject is, if the snow is so much brighter than your subject that it completely obliterates the subject, that you're not looking at the subject, then you have a problem. Now you got to think about using lights, or where can I move the subject? You know, move the subject somewhere where the snow is reflecting more light off them. One of these like creative compositions here. Oh, look at that, like through the porthole, snow, clouds in the background. But actually, you notice that, right? Even though the clouds are exposed, her face still has light on it. 3, snow, because of its inherent simplicity, puts you in a situation where you need to have good composition. You need to have a good subject. You need to have a good plan because it's very simple. And if you don't have those things, you can end up with a really boring image of just like, oh, here's snow with leaves on the ground, right? Not very exciting, and you don't want that. Number 1, think about your range. Know the range and understand that you need to not be clipping your range. If you're clipping your snow to pure white in your raw file, you're not gonna get that back and it's gonna look bad. Maybe you want the snow bright. So maybe you want it at a zone 6 or a 7 or even an 8 or a 9. You can use the spot meter in the camera to say, where do I want the snow to be? Let's put the snow 3 stops over middle gray, which is what your spot meter is going to default to, even in your camera. So now it snows at zone 8, and I'm going to put my subject at zone 6. Think about the exposure of your snow. Think about the exposure of your subject. Make sure they're not too far apart and adjust your image accordingly. Finally, just do good post-processing. Take that raw file into Lightroom. Use your Natural HDR 2 presets, or manually use your presets, or use your software, whatever it is you're using. Do good post-production. Snow reflects light. I mean, you'll even have light on the bottom of this, right? You wouldn't normally have that. Look at that. It reflects light everywhere you look. That's a good thing. As long as we don't clip the snow, as long as we don't overdo it, that snow is like light surrounding us all over the place. Now, why is this video vertical? They're like, Gavin, you're a filmmaker, you're making a vertical video. Well, they say that vertical video gets more views. Now, I'm a little skeptical of that, but that's what all the marketing researchers say. So you guys tell me that. I just thought, well, what the hey, we'll do a vertical video. But anyways, I'm going to get out of here. If you made it this far, maybe the vertical video works. And if you want to learn more in particular about zones and things like that, head over to seimeffects.com. Make sure you sign up for the newsletter. If you made it this far in the video and you use promo code SNOW on our exposed exposure workshop, you'll get 20% off. So I just wanted to throw that out there right here at the end. If you want to really dig in deep to exposure, that's where you want to go. Make sure that snow's not clipping. Make sure your subject has a tonal range that is appealing. Finish your post-processing, and you can always grab a spot meter like the Pentax digital spot meter and just do some studying. I know out here I got 5 stops of range and that I can work with that. Snow is simple. All right, I'm out. I need coffee. Yes, I have this much energy and I have not had coffee yet. Imagine what comes next.